Brenna Huckaby finds balance, new goals in Paralympic snowboarding. After watching her daughter Brenna lose her right leg while fighting cancer, Kristie Huckaby recalls the emotions of seeing her learn to snowboard for the first time. "At first I was a little nervous," Kristie Huckaby said of the day watching Brenna, then 15, on the mountain. "I watched her struggle through it. When she got it, she came down off the mountain. She had the light in her eyes that came straight from her heart. I hadn't seen that since cancer treatment, and after all the things that we had gone through, I didn't realize that had gone until it was back." For Brenna Huckaby, the light that snowboarding brings has given her part of life that she had missed after her diagnosis with osteocarcoma, a type of cancer that develops in bone. As a gymnast growing up in Baton Rouge, she had thrived on challenging herself in the sport, competing and being part of a team. Now 22 and a member of the U.S. national team, Huckaby is poised to compete in her first Paralympics in Pyeongchang, where she'll be a favorite to win gold in 2 events. "It became a goal the second that I heard about it," she said before the season of making it to the Paralympics. "Whether or not at that moment it was a realistic goal, it was still my goal. The second it became real for me and less of a dream maybe, was my first national championships in 2014 when I placed 3rd. I said, there's something to this. I'm not just daydreaming about that podium. This could be a thing." It's been a remarkable journey for the young woman who once dreamed of earning a college scholarship in gymnastics. While training in the gym, Brenna started complaining of knee pain, and her mother took her to see a doctor a couple times before the pain became severe. Brenna was diagnosed with osteocarcoma and began treatment in September 2010. After complications with medication and chemotherapy that resulted in the tumor increasing in size, Brenna was told she would need to have her leg amputated for any chance to save her life. More, 10 to watch. Hillary Knight hopes to bring gold back to U.S. hockey. More, American Jessie Diggins hopes for cross-country breakout moment. At the time, Brenna approached the diagnosis with logic and a deep faith that helped her parents and 2 older brothers cope. "The one question that she asked me that I couldn't answer was of course her prognosis and her outlook, and I didn't have an answer for that," said Kristie Huckaby, who is a nurse. "She looked at me and she says, 'Mama, it's okay, it doesn't matter because I have had a good life.' And I thought, wow, I don't think even as an adult I could say that, face my mortality like that." After she was fitted with a prosthetic leg, Brenna was exposed to a variety of sports to keep her active. But nothing gave her as much joy as riding a snowboard. "It's like a beam," Brenna told her mom during their first trip to Park City, Utah, to the National Ability Center with a group from MD Anderson in Houston, where Brenna had received treatment. The trip had such a profound effect on Brenna that Kristie raised the possibility of a move to Utah with her husband Jeff once they got back home. She suggested that he go along with Brenna on the next trip to Utah so he could see for himself how she embraced the sport. "I was horrible at it when I first tried it, but I loved it," Brenna said. "I loved the challenge and having the drive again that I had missed so much from gymnastics. Once I got the right equipment and the right snowboarding prosthetic, that's when I saw my incline. I just saw myself getting better. Obviously when you're getting better, it's so much more exciting." In early 2012 Brenna and Kristie moved into an apartment in Utah while Brenna trained with coaches from the National Ability Center. At her first national championships in 2014, Brenna placed 3rd behind Heidi Joduche and Nicole Roundy, 2 riders who had competed in Sochi, where snowboarding made its Paralympic debut. Brenna is an incredibly talented athlete. "She has that drive and that passion for high-level competition," said Jessica Roising, competition program manager of the National Ability Center. "I think it's her passion that kind of brings her to such an elite level so quickly." As a testament to how strong of a rider Brenna has become, she now trains alongside able-bodied athletes as part of Team Utah under coach Lane Clegg. Clegg says Huckaby is a fierce competitor. "She's all in. She'll do whatever it takes, which is fun, but it's also a little bit challenging as a coach because you worry about her," he said. After giving birth to a baby girl named Lila Marie Clegg in May 2016, Brenna took some time off from the sport. She now juggles parenting with her fiancé Tristan Clegg, while training, traveling, competing and becoming an advocate for her sport. She's on this month's cover of Parenting magazine. During her maternity leave, Huckaby questioned whether she would return to competitive snowboarding. Clegg said during the 2016 Rio Olympics, he made a point of pointing out how many athletes were also moms. "There's been a lot of publicity around that, which I think is great," said Lan Clegg, who is Tristan's dad. "I think that was eye-opening for her to realize maybe my career's not over, maybe I can do both. I wouldn't say it was easy. I never had any doubt that she could do it." Huckaby is now a favorite to win gold at the Paralympics in Pyeongchang beginning March 9. She won gold medals in both her events, snowboard cross and banked slalom, at last year's World Championships. She will compete in a Paralympic qualifier February 5 to 8 at Big White in British Columbia. After the competition, there's only 4 weeks until the Paralympic opening ceremony. Her parents, brother Jeremy, Tristan, his parents and Lila will be in Korea to cheer her on. Sharing this journey with Lila has become a source of motivation for Brenna. "It's no longer about me. When I'm training and competing, I always have something else in the back of my mind. Balancing work and mamahood is difficult. I have to be on top of it all the time, otherwise I wouldn't get anything done. It's difficult, but it's also so exciting because I get to share all of my experiences with her,